this, but
There's 5 of them.
everybody has their little
Yeah, their
niche
thing.
that
Their
they
thing.
do.
Yeah, I know. You're right.
So
Okay, so everybody come over so you can see this. I don't mean to be standing in the middle. Take a look down. So what do you see?
How long has this been in place, Larry?
What's that?
this whole structure.
Since 1863.
That concrete?
It was rebuilt in 1992 by the county. And they still say they don't own it.
Yeah.
That's just crazy.
They rebuilt it in 1992. Okay, so what do you see happening?
It's going out.
Water's going that direction. What does that mean? It's leaving Burden Lake, right? All right, now, May 10th, we had a big rainstorm. The lake went up 18 inches. We were 18 inches above the weir on May 10th. Today, we're 2 inches above the weir. We lost 16 inches of water since May 10th. It's a lot of gallons. So you can see on the side here, Bo just noticed it, but on the side there's a gauge. A few years ago, we had the gauges made, and some say feet and some have elevation. And there's one here, there's one on the abutment of the first dike bridge, and one on the abutment of the new culvert they put at Kay's. There's one in the cove near the clubhouse, and there's one over near Mike Gadalata's house, and one near Steve Q's house. And we did it so people could always, if they wanted to, know the level of the lake. There was some discussion at one time where people thought the level of one lake was different than the level of the other lake. And I'm here to tell you it's just physics. The water seeks its own level. I won't say that they're always exactly the same, because if you have a big storm and a lot of water is coming in, it takes time for it to travel through the first lake, through the second lake, to get to the third lake. So there are times where you might have a little tiny bit more water in the first lake than the second lake and third lake. But typically they're all at the same level. Now we haven't had any storms, and you can see the water still running out like crazy. The lake is at, can anybody read that? What does it say? Below 6?
628.
But it's below it. It's below that.
Way below it.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, it's way below. The lake is normally at 627.8. That's normal for the lake. That's within 2 or 3 inches of the height of the weir that we're going to go see, the top of the weir. When it's full, it's up another 2 feet, so it's at 629.8. So you can see it says on there, it says high water mark someplace. You see it? So that's where it would be. So as I said, this structure was replaced in, I think, 1992. I think it's in the books, and the county replaced it. They fixed the abutments, and they put a new bridge. It's actually a bridge. They put a new bridge here, and they call this the spillway bridge. We would rather call it the canal bridge, because it's the entrance to the canal. It's not really truly a spillway. This canal lets water either come into Burden Lake or leave Burden Lake, and this is the major source of water that we get from the stream. Or if the lake's too full, it leaves the lake. It goes to the stream. All right? Yeah.
Would it be advantageous to put like some kind of wall right here that was maybe another 6 inches a foot higher, so that water can't leave the lake? But if water was coming the other way, it would go over the top of the wall to go into the lake?
It would if the rain in the wine skill was heavy enough that the wine skill was high enough, that could happen. But generally, most times through the year, without a big rainstorm, that's not what really happens. The water doesn't jump up 6 inches and then go over. So if you block this off,
Right.
you also eliminate our source of water.
Right, but like I'm saying, if it got high enough, it would.
If it got high enough, it would.
Right.
But that only happens a couple times a year.
But that's a function of the weir.
It's a function of the weir. But that, as I'm saying, Bo, if you don't have a large storm, the height of the wine skill doesn't raise enough to go up that 6 inches to cross what you're going to put here. A lot of times it only goes up 2 inches, 3 inches, and all that water's still coming in here. And we need that water.
You're telling me that the lake level's going up like 12, 15 inches at a time.
Well, that was just because this spring we had a big storm.
Right.
There's always more water in the spring from ice melt and other things, right?
Yeah.
It's always the fullest in the springtime. Wendy asked who owns the spillway.
Owns the road, huh?
Well, we know that the county replaced this road, I think, in 1992. So we believe the county owns it.
And they maintain it. They plow it.
They maintain it and plow it.
They do.
But they don't want to own anything or be responsible. All right, now let's go to the weir. Now, a couple of years ago, 2021, we had that really large rainstorm. We had 5 inches of rain in a couple hours, right? And the lake reached the high water mark for the first time that anybody can remember in our lifetimes. And we came down here. The water was over. You see the 2 iron patches on that wall. The water was at the top iron. So, in fact, you really couldn't see the top iron. So that's how high the water was in here. Pardon me? 2021, we had a huge rain. That's when the lake came up higher than anybody ever saw before. At that, well, at least in our lifetimes, anyways. Yeah, July 14th, right? Now you're going to see, we're going to go down the weir, and you're going to see there's a spot. I'm going to show you where there was a low spot in the berm. Excuse me, we're on the berm. This is what we call the berm. And water was just lapping over the top of the berm and going to the other side. And the fear there is as water starts to erode, it could have breached the whole thing. And if this got breached, if this got broken right here, what would happen to Burden Lake?
Spill out.
Yeah, it's going to spill, go right through that hole, and out it goes, back towards the wine skill. Exactly. Supposed to be any trees on this structure or vegetation. This is called the berm. And this is the canal. This is a hand-dug canal here. Obviously, nobody. Well, you know, what should have happened over all those years, even at the end when Portec owned it, they should have been doing maintenance, but nobody ever did maintenance. And of course, I hate to say this, the DEC wants to blame 150 years of lack of maintenance on the Burn Lake Preservation Corporation, who's only owned this since 2000. So we're like, well, you know, we didn't create this mess, you know.
Why don't you want trees on it?
Oh, good question. Go ahead, yes, John. The reason they don't want trees is because, well, let's look back at these trees here. Those trees have a great big root ball, right? And if they fall in, they're afraid the root ball will let the water go through and it'll erode, it'll breach right that spot. So when we take the trees out, we have to leave all the stumps. We got to cut all the trees off and leave everything else on the ground. And we're going to raise this a little. Well, this is high enough here, but down here we're going to raise a little bit. Okay, they want the trees off because if a tree falls, the root ball comes up in the air like this. And they're afraid that the water will start to erode through the root ball and get through this thing and you'll make its way to the other side and it just get bigger and bigger and bigger and then you have a huge hole.
Who's they in this family?
DEC.
DEC?
Oh yeah,
So on
DEC.
both sides, they're gonna take the
Well,
trees down?
all the trees have to come out.
They're taking.
Both sides.
All the
No,
trees
no,
down.
we're
They
taking
want
They want
these trees here?
whoever.
all of them. All the
Whoever
trees. You see this structure we're on standing on top of?
Yeah.
On this downside and on this downside, all the trees have to come off.
DEC wants them down.
You have to, yeah, they make
Then
you
what
take
if
them down.
we
You
don't
have to.
do that?
Well, they just continue to fine us, which
So
they're
what are
already
they
doing.
doing?
We're going to court on Tuesday.
Oh, wow.
I mean, they've been fining us right along.
Are we paying?
No.
Good.
Well, like that. We're gonna have a company take them all down once we get the grant.
Edit that out, don't
There was a big tree here, and the tree fell in, and you can see that this had started to erode.
worry. Right.
And eventually, if this breaks through to this side, we're in big trouble. And up
So-
here, you'll see the low spot.
So Larry, this is not Burden Lake. So what is this body?
This is now what we would call this Carmichael's Pond. This is
Okay.
from here to here. They dug a canal by hand to the pond, and at the other end of the pond, they dug a canal to the winding skill.
Okay.
The pond had been here for many years. But Cindy, you asked the question. You see how this is eroded here? It's because that tree fell in. Yeah. We think what they did was they scooped it from both sides and built it. But, you know, in those days, I don't think they brought in the soil.
Yeah.
You know?
All done by hand.
All done by hand, yeah.
So would you be allowed to bring dirt in here and make this bigger?
We're going to raise it.
Yeah, I mean, dirt's natural.
But once all this, well, I'm sure they'll give us some kind of special mixture you have to use, right?
Yeah.
But so all the trees have to come off, and a lot of it we don't have to raise. I think this is okay right in here. It depends on the elevation of the soil. You'll see up here there's a low spot, so we know there's some low spots that have to get fixed. So our one of our plans was to make this thing at a certain elevation, about 2 feet higher than it is, the whole way.
How high was the water on here?
Oh, I'm going to show you right up here,
That's where it starts eroding, right?
right here. Here it is.
Oh, yeah.
This is the spot right here. So when we were here, I'll stand on this side. You can see it came from here. Keep moving a little bit, but give room for other people to come.
This is significant, this rod?
Yeah, this is significant right here. Keep moving, go a little more, get a little room so people can see this spot here. Okay, so you see there's a little orange flag on the stake here. This is the spot where the water was coming over right through here, across the top, and going down here. And we were pretty nervous because if that had really truly started to erode, we could have breached the dam completely, and it would have literally emptied just about emptied Burden Lake.
So this berm is really important.
Yeah, it holds back all the water. It's very important. Yes.
Was this all water back then too, from July 14th?
There was some water in here, but not like would have been if this had broken open.
That's the line that's still over there?
Yep, we're headed our way there.
I just can't imagine them digging this thing out and whatever.
You know, Wayne found pictures of guys with horses with these great big scoops, and men would walk behind the scoop, and the horse would pull the scoop, and it would scoop up the dirt, and they would get where they would stop. You know, I mean, it was a monumental task. But don't remember, don't forget, they had just finished building the Erie Canal when this was done. So there were people who knew what to do. You know, we don't have those people today, but there were people then who knew exactly what to do. Yeah, I'm sure.
So the
Probably twice a month.
Preservation Corporation owns all this.
Yes, we do. We do now.
I thought we just
Hang
owned
on.
the
Well,
berm.
let me say that.
Right.
What's your name again?
Kathy.
Kathy just asked me who owns the berm and the pond over here.
Say it again.
Who owns this and the
berm?
pond?
Depend on who you ask.
No,
No, this is actual, right?
this is new. We acquired this property in 2023 from the two owners who owned the weir. This was we owned a little piece of this back there, and then from here forward, we did not own.
Where were the two owners?
They were right on each side of the weir. One's name is Alger, and the other is Densmore. Yep. And they owned a pretty big. Oh, how it ever got separated? You wouldn't think that would ever gotten separated from the Wine-Seal Improvement Association stuff, but it was. We didn't know. Yes, Bo. The Burden Lake Preservation Corporation, and the Burden Lake Conservation. The Burden Lake Conservation. We all own it together. The BLCA and the BLA are 25% members in the BLPC. We all own it. Right? So you own it. You're part of it.
And this seems to be getting skinnier. Is that also part of the problem? Like this?
We're gonna raise the top a little bit, and they're gonna put, I think, riprap on that whole side, and they're gonna this side's gonna extend out a little bit. Okay, so we just talked about the storm that we had May 10th, and we've lost 16 inches of water since then. The height of the lake is right now 2 inches above the weir, which is about normal for the summertime for us. But I want you to see what's happening.
It's still flowing out.
At the level the lake is right now, this should be perfectly still. There should be no movement here. Now we're going to go around the corner and we're going to see how come. We're right over there.